What's up, everybody? Andy is back again, looking 700-year-old because I do great things for you guys, like staying up till 3 a.m. uploading videos for you instead of getting much needed beauty sleep. I mean, have you seen this face? Back end of a bus. But we're back, we're keeping the videos rolling, and this time we're looking at the French Ligue 1. Now, one thing I did notice when putting this team together is you are very limited options, and you go from sort of starter players to top tier players straight away. Again, I think you're going to see a lot of similar players in most people's teams if they are running a French league team, but it is what it is. So until we get some transfers, some upgraded cards, some promo cards, and we start hybriding out, we'll start at the goalkeeper, do his first 11, work up, and then we'll do the bench. So as always, to keep things sort of on a level, we run with the 4-4-2. I tend to run with a 4-2-2 in game, just because I like my players sort of a bit more inside, but you can do as you wish, and it's just an idea. And as I say, this is a starting team, so we're not looking at your Mbappes and Neymars, but looking at those players that you can get with your first couple of wins, your starter pack, selling players, so on and so forth. So keepers, there's only really one keeper of option really to go for in my eyes, in my personal opinion, with the French league, and that's Lafont. He's got good, well-rounded stats. He's 6'5" as well, so he's got that reach. Everybody else, there's a lot of small keepers in the French league, so my personal choice and opinion would be Lafont. Left back, again, not too many options. I think all will be affordable, but the main go guy is probably going to be Kamara. Got good pace, okay defensive stats, not the best in passing. He's not too bad on the ball, but as I say, at this stage of the game, your stats are not going to be wild and all over the place anyway. Nobody's expecting 99 rated players across the board as soon as we start the game. Into centre-back position. Now, this is another position that you sort of go from one extreme to the other, but there are a couple of options. And then players that you want to look out for, and players that will get in forms as well. But as first one is going to be a PSG defender, which is going to be a theme, I think, throughout the year. You're going to see a lot of PSG players. Diallo, again, he's got mid-range pace, quite decent stats. He's got a good pass on him as well, so he can whip the ball out. But as I say, at this stage on the game, I mean, this guy's not too bad on the ball either. So, you know, you can whip the ball out should you wish. But generally, just as always, just play it out wide. Don't try to do anything too technical on the ball. And then next to him, Todibo. Again, similar sort of stats. Mid-range pace. You're going to bang a shadow on these, get it up to sort of the mid-80s. Not ideal, so you're going to be looking to upgrade these two centre-backs, and that's the only downside of the French league until you start getting your sort of informed sneaking through and the likes. They can struggle a little bit, but luckily with a French keeper, you can hybrid out should you wish with relative ease. On the right side of things, Klaus. Again, another French, so you've got them strong links coming in. Again, middle range pace. Not too many options on the right. Again, we'll cover one later, which I'd probably prefer. An absolute monster at endgame last year and a fan favourite. But we'll start with Klaus. Again, decent pace, good all-round stats. He's going to be cheap again. Like I said, these are just starter teams, so you're not expecting them top cards, but he's going to get you going on that right side with enough pace. His defensive stats aren't fantastic. He's more of an attacking player, but he's still got them physicals to dig you out should you need them. Then we'll move over to the left-hand side, and we'll go with a simple option in Simon. Again, rapid pace, not too bad on the shooting side, not too great on the passing side. So you have got options with chemistry styles here to obviously boost the passing should you wish, or you could just go all out with shooting and that pace, get those up. But the pace is relative good enough. He's not too bad on the ball. He's not physical, so he's not going to, plough through players. But again, a good cheap starter option for that left-hand side. Middle of the park, again, not too many options, but we'll go with Chouamini, is it? I think I've pronounced that right. I can't even pronounce, so no good pronouncing this guy's name. But again, good middle-of-the-road player. It's his physicals that are going to win him the ball, be able to bully them midfielders off the ball. Help trap back as well. He's got high work rate, so he's going to be good at getting forward and also coming back. Because your defenders are a little bit slower, he's going to be good enough to sort of come back at 82 pace. You're going to want to upgrade that once he's got his shadow on. But 69 shooting's not terrible. He's got decent passing, okay dribbling, but again, his defence and physicals, as I say, for a starter option, not too bad. And then on the other side of things, I can't remember how you spell his name now. Is it? I was spelling it right. Was I? Oh well, I couldn't lose it. Anyway, again, similar sort of player, a bit more passing, but he does feel alright in game. For a little card, I think he's just got his upgrade in last year's game. But again, just a middle of the road card, okay at this stage of the game, banging a shadow on him again, just to get that pace up. He's going to do a job in midfield for you. He's got medium-high work rates, so this guy's going to be sort of sat in midfield, not move past the halfway line, and keep them gaps plugged for any through balls or any pace. And that's sort of tactic that you want to be setting up. So have this guy sort of dropping back, not getting forward to cover them gaps for you until you can upgrade him. Over on the right side, not too many options. But we're just looking at pace out wide. As I say, middle of the fields to hold your team down, plug them gaps. Your wide players, for making them runs forward, tracking back should you need to, covering any gaps in the middle, but also supplying that ball up front. So we'll go with Diatta. Got good pace. So again, like Simon, you can either look at chemistry styles that are going to boost his shooting and passing up, to the max, or you can max out that pace should you wish. I'd probably look at something though with a bit more passing, just because his shooting stats are relatively low. But as I say, these are not keepers in your team. These are just sort of to get you to the next level. Strikers, obviously, eventually you're going to be looking at your Neymars and Mbappes. Messi's, things like that, but we're not at that stage yet. Couple of options available, but not too many until you jump up. But the first one I'd recommend is Bodo. So again, he's got the pace, he's got decent shooting, he's passing, you're going to want to try and avoid. He's got okay dribbling, no defensive stats, and not great physicals at this stage of the game. So this guy's going to be the sort of straight at the net type of guy. Just get him into position, bang the ball in the net. And then probably my favourite name in FIFA or the world to partner him, Mamba Balde. So again, top pace, decent shooting, okay passing, slightly better on the physical side, not terrible dribbling. So again, something at this stage of the game you can just drop a finisher on, or an engine, get that pace up a little bit, get your dribbling up, and then you can create space. Just have a go at the net until we can upgrade our players. So that's your first 11 for your beginner starter team for the French league. So now we'll jump into either, depending which way you look at it, these are either upgrades for each position or alternatives should you pull them. So with keepers, there's no other keeper. I mean, you'll see people use Mandanda and then say, oh, he's getting, because he's like 3 foot tall, I'd avoid him. So with keepers, I'd keep with your starter. until you pull an icon, you hybrid out, or pick up. Is it two? There is Donnarumma. Keepers generally aren't that pricey to start with anyway, so you can move up to Donnarumma with relative ease. It won't be that expensive. You'll find these high-rated cards are cheaper until people start moving into the game and your SBCs pick out. So pro tip for you, if you notice cards, I did it with PK last year, he was selling for almost discard price at the beginning of the game, because obviously nobody wanted to use him in his team. A couple of weeks later he trebled in price for SBCs and the like, so a bit of a pro tip. But yeah, with your keeper, I wouldn't bother with anybody moving from the font until you get Donnarumma or you hybrid out. You look at French keepers, you can look at Lloris and things like that if you've got a couple of French centre backs. Left back, more of an alternative than an upgrade. I wish I could spell this morning. Wambanat, so he's not quite got the pace, he's just an alternative on there, so it's why he's going to be cheap, but he has got the better passing stats, he's better on the ball, so you've got an alternative at left back. Again, until we start getting upgrades, not too many options at the left back position, unfortunately. Centre backs, these are two players that you probably want to go to pick up as soon as possible. So one is Denia. I used his Inform. I think he had an Inform, and then did he have a screen card last year, or rule breakers as they called it, that I used for quite a bit. You've got a big jumping pace here, good jumping physicals, dribbling's not bad, passing's okay, but again, at 80 rated, I mean, the problem is he's going to be one of the more expensive French league players purely because of that pace, and there's not many without it. But as soon as you can get him into your back line, go for it. And then the other guy is Kimpembe, same again. So again, French, so you've got like strong links at the back to multiple players, and then if you want to hybrid out, just makes things easy. Again, PSG player, which you're going to see a lot of, but it's just that jumping pace. If you hit Denia and Kimpembe in your back line, sooner rather than later, you're going to have a lot better time than you are with these guys, and you can start to be a bit more attacking, especially as you upgrade your midfield as well, because these guys are going to cover at the back for you far better. Right back, again, it's just an alternative really. Absolute monster card when he got his final card last year. Better again, got good passing. His dribbling's not too terrible. His defensive stats are okay. Excuse me one moment. Got a lot of allergies. Bless me. But he's just got that pace boost up there. And again, until you sort of move into Hakimi territory, it's going to be one or the other for these two guys. But Atal, ideally, just for that pace. Over on the left-hand side, a card that I actually love. Bamba. La la Bamba. He's got the pace, he's got the moves, he feels good on the ball, he's got decent passing, and he's not got a bad shot with chemistry style on as well. High work rate, so he'll be up and down that line for you, but an actually great card. He can actually play at striker if you do want to start position swapping. But yeah, over Simon, I'd be looking at getting Bamba in your team sooner rather than later. Now in midfield, you haven't got too many options again. Now there's a couple of like-for-like players that you can swap these out for. The two players that you're going to want to aim for, one's going to be fairly expensive and the other one not so much. So we'll go with the not so much first. This is going to be expensive. I don't see this. So it's good for hybriding out. But if you can pick Wijnaldum up in there, you get a slight upgrade on the pace. Better attacking stats, better passing stats, a lot better on the ball. You're just going to have a much better time with somebody like Wijnaldum in midfield, and then obviously the guy that you want to be looking at picking up, Renato Sanches. Sanchez, whatever you want to call him. Renato, obviously the monster of the midfield, especially as he picks up any cards. So you're looking at getting these two in your team sooner rather than later. Over the right side, you want to go for Messi. There's not really much you can do on the right side until Messi. So Gelson Martins is going to give you that strong link to Renato once you unlock him. Not too different from Diatta, but again, it's just an alternative. Slightly better in some stats, especially the dribbling, shooting as well, passing. You know, there is a difference there. So look at Gelson Martins over Diatta, should you be able to afford him or pack him. And then up front, I'm afraid, until you get your Mbappes, we get any promo cards or your Neymars, there's not really a lot that's going to improve on these, unfortunately. So obviously Mbappe is going to be your main man, unless you've got 1 million coins, 2 million coins in the bank to start with. There's not a lot you can do. So one alternative you can look for, who tends to get a special card, even though is the Canadian Mad Lad. Again, he's just more of an alternative card, but again, you want to be looking at sort of any promo cards that you may pick up. He's just an option for one of these two, but ideally you want to keep these, and the only other option you can get is the Rat King, and then you want to be sort of looking at Yedda. Now, last year he wasn't as predominant as the year before, so you could pick him up fairly cheap, fairly quickly. It depends what the meta is this year, what people are playing, but I think due to lack of options in the French league, people are going to be looking at Yedda sooner rather than later. So if you can pick him up in the early days when he's going to be a lot cheaper, and then you can always look at selling him on as we go. And that's generally it, guys. So you've got your first 11, you've got the alternatives and upgrades on your bench. That's been my French League starter 11. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. Comment down below if there's anything you want to see, anything that you agree with, anything you don't agree with. Let me know your teams, what you're going to be playing with. As I say, I've got the La Liga video to come. I don't mind doing teams with pure nations like French. Later down the line, we'll start looking at hybrid as promos come in. And then towards the end of the week, beginning of next week, once I've got a good feel for the game, I'll be back with my tactics videos. But as always, guys, like I mentioned, like the video if you enjoyed watching. Comment down below if you know anything you want to talk about, and I'll get back to you. But the big one for me is if you can subscribe, because my viewers, about 75% that are viewing, you're not subscribing, but you keep coming back and watching. But other than that, guys, enjoy your gaming, enjoy FIFA, stay safe, and until next time, guys, peace and love as always.